In this video, I'm going to do a brief review of T-Mobile's fiscal year 2022 third quarter earnings results, so let's get right into it. Overall, revenue decreased by 1.1% in the third quarter. Earnings per share of 40 cents was down from 55 cents in the same quarter last year. The decrease was due to $972 million of acquisition related expenses. If you recall, T-Mobile acquired Sprint, and so as it's digesting the company, there's going to be some added expenses there. But the main good news here was postpaid net customer additions of 1.6 million in the quarter were more than AT&T and Verizon combined. Now, Verizon barely added any customers. AT&T added a few 100,000 postpaid customers, but 1.6 million is a significant uh, increase compared to the other two major telecom providers in the US. And that makes sense because if you go online and you look at the prices and you compare T-Mobile with AT&T and T and Verizon, T-Mobile for the most part has lower prices, and AT&T and T and Verizon are not really, they're on par with each other, but compared to T-Mobile, they're significantly more expensive. And so customers are choosing the lower priced option, especially because T-Mobile has invested aggressively in its 5G availability and 5G reliability. So not only is it priced lower, but it also has more coverage for the 5G internet, high speed internet that consumers are looking for. And so that's going to be a tailwind for T-Mobile going forward. Phone subscribers increased by 854,000 in the quarter, and high speed internet subscribers increased by 578,000. Free cash flow of 2.1 billion was 32% higher than last year, and that's even after increasing capital investments by 23% to 3.6 billion. So T-Mobile is doing an excellent job executing on this cycle of investment in upgrading the technology. Recall that, this is, I want to say, what there was 3G, 4G, now 5G, and so this will continue happening in future periods where phone companies, telecom carriers are going to need to invest in that next cycle. And so this is not only good news for T-Mobile investors for the current cycle, but it demonstrates that T-Mobile management and the T-Mobile team is getting better at investing in these tech upgrades and investing in these cycles. And so you can expect, when the next time it comes around, when it's time for 6G, investors can be confident that T-Mobile will efficiently invest in that technology and capture a significant return on that investment. And so after this investment in the 5G, they've expanded their nation's leadership as the nation's fastest, largest, and most reliable 5G network. So that's huge. That's big news. That's the most cutting edge network that exists right now. That's what consumers want for their phone connection, for their phone subscriptions, and T-Mobile has it. And not only do they have it, but they're offering it at a lower price than their competitors. And so they are ahead of the game here, and you could see that as evidence. You can see evidence of them being ahead of the game with their robust customer additions that are multiples ahead of AT&T and T-Mobile combined. They are multiples ahead of both of their competitors combined. So this is great news for T-Mobile investors. You can understand why the stock has increased ever since the company announced this most recent quarter's earnings announcement. Interestingly enough, T-Mobile is one of the three telecom carriers. T-Mobile is the one that does not pay a dividend payment. Hopefully, investors that are looking for income, which is one of the main reasons why they invest in AT&T stock or Verizon stock, is because of the healthy dividend yield, could begin to receive a dividend from T-Mobile. It's speculation at this point, but if they continue with this kind of performance, you never know in the next few years, they could initiate a dividend as well. So that's all I've got for T-Mobile's earnings review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for all investors of all skill sets and risk levels. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by more than 3 times. Go to fool.com/parkev to get your 10 stock picks now.